So most of the material on basically on narcissism deals with romantic relationships. It does not deal with workplace narcissism. Most of the material that's available online, or even non-romantic narcissism, or how to deal with a narcissist in everyday life. Now, I'm not an expert in any way, but I'm starting to research more and more and more about this. So essentially, having lived through severe workplace harassment and workplace mobbing, it led me to understand that basically the reason why this happened is that the workplace fostered a narcissistic environment, where people were elevated not because of their productivity, not because of their ability to work, not because of how good they were doing, but because of superficial things like how charming they were, how well they could basically sell lies. And I saw this very early on, but didn't, if you don't know what narcissism is, like if you're not looking for it, you don't find it. Okay? And that's the whole thing. If you're not a narcissist, it's kind of hard to see one. It's just difficult to recognize it if you don't know what you're looking for. And I found that out after the fact. Now, the workplace mobbing went from trying to push me out of work, which is what they did. They kept alienating me, moving my office further away from civilization, meaning my coworkers, and to the point where I was in a corner. And it was funny, I would say I had about 30 clients on my caseload, and about 7 of them told me they were trying to fire me. They just had a feeling they were trying to fire me because of where they moved my office to. It doesn't click with me because you don't suspect that people are trying to do bad things to you if you're not somebody that tries to do bad things to other people. It just doesn't cross your mind like it should, perhaps. So that was interesting in and of itself when about like seven or so of my clients told me, yeah, I think they're trying to fire you. And because they were just trying to pressure me and pressure me and pressure me. Then when it got to the point where the dude was basically spreading rumors about me, flat out lies, and I was getting confronted by coworkers that were telling me, yo, this dude's talking mad shit on you, basically. That's basically what was happening, is my everyday coworkers were telling me, yeah, this guy said this about you, this guy said that about you. Clients were coming up to me, yeah, so-and-so said this about you. I'm not going to say his name because I don't think it's appropriate. As bad as they've treated me, I don't feel it's appropriate for me to let their individual names out. At least not his, because I see him as a victim also. I see him as a victim of the mentality of this workplace. He doesn't know he's a victim because he's a narcissist and they tickle his fancy and he thinks that, everybody loves him. But he's a victim as well as me. He just doesn't understand that yet. He will when he ends up getting thrown under the bus. The metaphorical bus, not a real bus. But they will end up throwing him under the bus, and he will he'll recognize that he's as much a victim as I have been in the long run. So essentially, narcissistic bosses are basically my boss to a nutshell. They scream, they yell, they throw things, they belittle their employees. Now me, one of the reasons I think that I didn't get along with her is I am not a very emotionally reactive person. Or at least I don't react in a flamboyant, crying, hysterical way. I get angry and I'll yell back and I'll tell people how they're wrong. And I'll do things like that. I don't get, oh, boo-hoo, woe is me type of stuff. I get angry. But lo and behold, narcissists tend to tell fabrications or complete lies about you, which is what she did when she came downstairs to follow me out to try and keep me from going to human resources by, attacking my vehicle. And again, I really regret not calling the police on her because of the lie that she told about me. But the lie that I tried to run her over, like I told my friend knows my behavior. The chances of me staying in my vehicle while somebody's hitting my vehicle and not getting out of my vehicle and moving them out of the way is slim to none. I'm not somebody that's going to run somebody over. I'm going to do something else if I'm going to do something. But she was in no harm because I have no desire to harm anyone. That's what's funny, is the more they try to push me and push me and push me, they don't understand that part of my life is over. I'm no longer a violent person. But the thing was, the lie that I tried to run her over, which is so ridiculous when you consider the fact I allegedly tried to run her over, then was fired for insubordination, never had the police called on me. Okay? I didn't have the police called on me, was fired for insubordination, and was given unemployment. They didn't fight me on unemployment. Does that sound like a situation where an employee tried to run over another employee, where they don't fight the person on unemployment? They just give him unemployment and fire him for insubordination and don't call the police? That sounds reasonable? I don't think so. But this is the kind of mindset of the narcissist. The good thing is I think she knows she's been caught. And it's not going to end well for her. She might end up jobless. She might end up homeless. She might end up in a very bad state because she could not let it go. Not only did she have to push me out of work, she's now trying to push me out of life. And the things that they've done to other people is what irked me. And that's all for this video. There are links in the description about narcissistic workplaces and narcissistic boss and how to do what you need to do with those types of folks. And that's all for this video.